Day 28 is insane.
I don't remember it. It was too much.
It was like a week in a day.
It was a week and a day.
We cover 7 states in 24 hours. So buckle up. Our adventure starts in Wilmington, Delaware at the Coin Hotel, spelled Quoin. Really charming hotel.
Very cute.
Watch day 27 to hear the funny story about getting to this hotel. We wake up in the morning, and the East Coast, we come from Utah, so it is dry, and so we're in a very dry place. Going through Washington, D.C. and this East Coast, everything is so humid, so this is very foreign to us. And so we wake up the next morning, we're in separate rooms because of, again, day 27, we explain why. But we wake up, and so we're going into the hall to come see you guys, and it is so humid that there is like condensation on the walls and on the doors. The walls are sweating.
And it wasn't just like, oh, here's a droplet. They were saturated.
And so the kids would like draw smiley faces on the door outside, kind of like on your car if it's wet or something after a rainstorm. So
they must have a special kind of paint. It was impressive.
It was sweet. So we get up, I record a video on the roof of the Coin Hotel in Delaware, and then we take off because we have so much stuff. So not a lot to do that we did in Delaware. We just showed up late that night, woke up in the morning and took off. Next stop is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Again, I could spend a week in Philadelphia with all the historical stuff. There's a lot of sports teams. We spent about an hour in Philadelphia.
Got it all in. Just kidding.
But they have this really cool sports complex. So Jared and I are in heaven, and we show up to Wells Fargo Arena, I think is the basketball stadium. And they have all these gates. There's no game or anything going on, but there's all these cars there, and these gates are blocked off. So we go to a security guard. We're just like, hey, we want to see the stadium. He's like, you can't.
Right.
You can't go in here.
Right.
Like, okay. So we drive around, and then there's where the Phillies play, the baseball team. Lincoln Financial Field, which is where the Philadelphia Eagles play, and then the NBA stadium, Wells Fargo, and the hockey team, I think, plays there. So anyway, a lot of sports stadiums. So we go this other route, kind of by the football stadium, and go to a different entrance of the NBA stadium for Jared to get that checked off, and they let us in no problem.
Oh, they were like, come on.
Yeah, come on in. So we park, and it turns out that there is a Jehovah's Witness convention that is taking up this NBA stadium. So that was super interesting. We didn't go in, but they were very nice. They invited us in. We just had places to go and people to see. So I record my Medicare video there in front of Lincoln Financial Field. I don't know if you want to talk about this, but you had a little fainting spell.
I think the humidity.
The humidity, stand up too fast.
Go. Yeah, I didn't faint fall on my head. I fainted and sat myself down, and you guys came rushing over to me and was like, who is it?
Yeah.
Where are we?
Where are we? So that was an exciting moment.
Yeah.
We don't have video of that.
We don't.
Okay, so from there we go to downtown Philadelphia, Liberty Bell, Independence Hall.
Okay.
Huge line to get in to see the Liberty Bell.
Yeah, that surprised me. I don't know why it did. I guess I should assume there'd be a line for that. But yeah, it was a big wait, which we did not have time to wait for.
And we went to a different angle, and you can kind of see through the window of the bell there. So we didn't go up and touch it or look at the bell or anything. But then we're driving around the streets of Philadelphia, and those were so tight. Remember like the garbage truck that we saw?
Oh, that's right.
So we have garbage trucks that come and pick up our dumpsters and pull it in. This one had garbage trucks that are going through this super tight little street, and people would jump off the back, grab the trash, throw it in, and jump back on. I mean, I'd seen like movies of this, videos of this, TV series. Never seen that in person. So that was.
And you can't get by.
No, you can't. No, you can't pass. And
there's no space.
No space. Very expensive gas at the time we were there too. So we drive out of Philadelphia, and now we are headed, our final destination, scary movies, is Boston, but we have a lot to get to do that. Actually, we're going to New Jersey first. So we get to New Jersey, and we stop at Princeton University, and that was super cool. Kind of reminded me of Hogwarts. Very old buildings.
Kids were disappointed that it was not Hogwarts.
They were disappointed. School was not in session, so we're just kind of wandering around there by ourselves. They were doing some construction, but like some of the archways in these student sections were like the class of 1910 or the class of like super old buildings. Super cool.
It was cool.
I recorded a Medicare video there, and then we take off. Now, on most of the trip, we're traveling on freeways, and we're going 60 to 80 miles an hour. And so on our Google Maps, it'll say, okay, you're 60 miles away. That's going to take an hour because you're going 60 miles an hour. To go, we didn't want to go into New York City because New York, we're going to do Niagara Falls later. We just wanted to pass New York to get to Connecticut, Rhode Island, and these other states. It took us
4 hours.
4 hours to go 80 miles just from New York through to Connecticut. It was the most miserable driving experience of
awful.
our trip, and that includes LA traffic.
Yeah.
New York was the worst. And LA traffic, I mean, you've got a lot of cars, it's hot, all this stuff,
Right.
but New York, like the drivers are just insane. New York, you have the worst drivers in the country. I'm going to make a video on that of like the worst states for drivers.
Okay.
New York, you won. So
Good job. You don't get very frustrated driving.
no,
And you were very frustrated.
I was so frustrated. Yes. Yeah, because like the drivers there, there's all these things merging into toll bridges and other things. And the drivers there are just like, I'm going to hit you. So you either let me in or I will hit you. I will not stop.
Yeah.
And so it was just very different. And we're not moving, construction,
All the things.
all these things. So anyway, we bypassed New York City. Connecticut is equally bad from a traffic perspective. I don't know what the road is. Maybe we can look it up, but the road was under construction. It was just a mess. We get into Connecticut though, and that's where we stop at Yale University.
Yes.
We're going the Ivy Leagues here. JD texts me while we're on here and he was like, are you letting your kids know that this is the only time they'll ever be allowed on these campuses? They'll never make it to these campuses. So that was funny. Nice friends we have. What did you think of Yale?
It was pretty.
Old as well, old buildings. Everyone told us like you have to stop in for pizza and ice cream. So we stopped in for pizza.
We did, huh?
A lot of historical photos of like the football teams and stuff.
Yeah.
Pizza was good, ice cream was good. So Yale is a big Y and blue, and BYU here locally is also a big Y and blue. So it was a little thrown off there. But am I at home?
Yeah.
So we're at Yale for about an hour. So we're spending about an hour in all of these states. 4 hours in New York because of your traffic. So good job, New York. From Connecticut, we go over to Rhode Island, and we weren't entirely sure where to go in Rhode Island. And we're getting there a little bit in the evening, super foggy.
It was cool. That
So
was
cool.
cool to go into.
Yeah.
I think the fog made it feel cooler, which was great. No longer the heat. And yeah, after being in the hustle and bustle, traffic, cars, the fog was almost like a welcome thing of just like, yeah, it was good.
We stopped in Weekapaug, which we were just watching Family Guy recently, and they brought up Weekapaug. So we've been there.
So come on down to Al Harrington's wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube-man emporium and warehouse, Route 2 in Weekapaug!
The ocean is rolling in, and the dirt or the sand was kind of like reddish because we got just different colored sand, and then that fog you just couldn't see out. It was just super eerie. It was almost like a murder mystery movie. You could look up and there's super nice houses, but it's fog leading up to these houses, and
we definitely didn't go into the ocean.
No.
Yeah.
It was like black water too.
It was black and it was foggy, and it was cool, but a little spooky.
Little spooky, but fun.
Just based on the time of day we got there.
Right. So I make a Medicare video there, and now we're taking off to Massachusetts. So now we're to our last state. We pull into Boston late at night, so it's dark. You just see Boston lit up.
Yeah.
It's an interesting, again, being from Utah, we're on a grid system for all of our addresses. So it looks like a checkerboard, and so it's very easy to find wherever you're going. Boston, it was like a spiral or something. It was like there's the downtown area, but then there's all these like circles going out around it. So that was super interesting. But we stopped in at the Hyatt. Again, ET Family Travel has arranged all of this for us. They've been absolutely incredible. And then we watched some Harry Potter movie before we went to bed.
Pretty sure we just crashed real fast.
We just crashed. I mean, 7 states in 24 hours was a whirlwind. And as we go through all of these things, it was crazy as we experienced this to think, wait, that was today that we were in Delaware?
Yeah.
Like it felt so weird. It felt like it was a week ago that we were in places we were in that same day with all the driving and all the stuff that we experienced. Or even like, hey, yesterday feels like 2 weeks ago because yesterday was Roanoke, Virginia, which is so far away from where we ended up. So anyway, that's that day. And the next ones have some more excitement coming with them too.
Cool.